Hello, hello. Good day, lovely people, wherever you're listening from. This is another good content that I'm bringing to you. Um, I think a lot of us might know. Reading the topic itself, people don't defend what is right anymore. I'm sure all logical beings know what that means. What that means in today's world where you kind of ask yourself whether we have anything called right or wrong anymore. That's why I'm bringing you this content. Um, Once again, you are all welcome, and those of you who will be watching it later, welcome to Afriscope TV. Remember to support Afriscope TV. Okay, without much ado, let me just start. So before this topic, I might have thought through a lot of things to come up with it, right? So this is it. In today's world, you wonder how we humans, you wonder how we humans actually live. You, you know, some some of us think that things supposed to be right and wrong and whatever, but as you get older, you just know that it's not all right and wrong. They tell you that bad people go to prison, but guess what? You're gonna go to prison and you're gonna get good people. You're gonna see good people there too. People who haven't committed crimes. But for some reason, they were not defended. They were not defended right. So now they put them into jail. Similarly, in the context of today's world, what we are having now, what we are dealing with, which is the current wars, especially the war currently going on in Israel and Palestine. I would definitely say that it just show, especially these Palestinians versus Israelis or what Israelites or whatever they call them. You just get to understand basically that these people are also following the same principle. It's not about right or this person is the right person or this person is the wrong person. No, and it's clearly about who I like. Now we live in a world where we get to see that it's not about let's defend what is right. No, it's now about let's defend who we like. Go for who you like. That is it. And when we say who we like, what does that mean? What does that mean? Okay, people will say the Europeans love Israel, that's why they are supporting them. Whatever are supporting Palestinians because they had to take another side. But at the end of the day, it's no using that as an example, you just get to figure out that in this world we have we are dealing with what the decay of our moral values because at the end of the day, it's not about who is right or wrong anymore. It's just about, or let's treat the truth. It's not about that. It's about standing for who you like. And when I say who you like, which I'm going to get back to, what does that mean? Who you like. Okay, so when I know people who normally watch me might have had an experience working before, and in the office or the various offices that we find ourselves, you get to understand what we call the office politics, and office politics. where you get to understand that people's background, who they know, also plays a big role in them being in a certain position or being somewhere at a particular time. So this is it. When I say who you know, or who you like, just let me just start by saying who you like, defending who you like. Now, nowadays you get to figure out that the likeness of somebody is not about the people being having the right abilities, having the right qualities, having the desirable traits that society needs. It's not about that. It's about them coming from coming from rich homes, being in a higher social class. Those are people that people like, people admire, wanting to be with. They can be whatever. They can be entertainers, they can be popular people, whatever. They can say the craziest things ever on the internet. They can do the craziest things to people, but people don't focus on that anymore. It's like they are pure and holy. Yeah, it's like they are now pure. Nobody cares what they do to people. Nobody cares how they live their life. They are not judged at all. That those are the people that society like, and those are the people that society defends. And it's scary. It scares me to the internet to come and share this with you guys because I'm like, where are we heading to? When it's not gonna be about let's do it right. It's always gonna be about let's stand for somebody we like or that person. Oh, that person is very wealthy, he's powerful. And I was in a situation before and I quite understood. I don't know. I will never say that I understood, but I can tell from now that the people that I call friends were also afraid of the powers that be. So they had to inform me that hey, the person you are talking to is a rich person. So even if they are wrong, assume you are the right, assume the wrong, assume that you are the one at fault and say I apologize. So people will tell you that apologize. They wanted you to bring down your standard. So the you haven't committed any crime, but they wanted to assume that you are the one causing problems. So they will definitely put all the problems on you and say, oh, please go and plead so that everything will be peaceful. But let me tell you, an abuser will always be an abuser. And you know for a fact that if you don't stand against that now, it's always going to continue. That person is always going to disrespect you, whatever. But somebody will come and tell you, hey, that person is rich. So hey, keep quiet or go and plead with that person. Else you ain't gonna go nowhere. You ain't gonna do nothing. You ain't gonna win because that person comes from a high social class or has uh, this and has that and has that connection, and so you need to do this and do that and not the other way. It's a scary world. It's a scary world, and you see clearly that it's telling you that hey, you don't belong in the world because somebody evil can easily take you out at any moment, and nobody will even stand up and defend. Nobody will stand up and defend the right anymore and stand up for you. It's always gonna be them. It's like the world revolves around those people, and they feel like no other person deserves the good things except them. Anyways, yeah, welcome, Mr. Andre. It's a very crazy situation. Honestly speaking, it's a very crazy situation, and I will definitely do well to delve down into this carefully. You know, it's a common observation that, people tend to defend those they like. It's very prevalent in today's society. Even if they are wrong, they are still defending them. This is worrying trend. Yeah, this is a worrying trend as it leads to a lack of accountability and disregard for what is right. And when I say what is right, the so-called defenders of human rights will even say tell you to lower your standard for somebody else. Yes, but they believe so much in human rights. That is the problem we're dealing with. It's uh it's a sad reality. The so-called defenders of human rights will see other people getting murdered, innocent people getting murdered, people being lied on, people being incarcerated, and they don't want to do anything. They don't want to bring the people who are causing the problem to justice because, after all, they belong to a higher social class. Yes, because they are people they like. They are people who they deem as favorable or are wealthy or are popular. So basically, everything they do, every wrong they do becomes good. We all have our biases. It's an it's natural to want to defend those you like. But what happens? What happens when that defense comes at a cost of what's right? What happened? What happened? I know we all like somebody. You like somebody, somebody else like the other person. But what happens if you are supposed to stand for the right thing, and that person is involved doing the wrong thing, but you don't want to stand against them and tell them, hey, brother, you are doing something wrong. Sister, you are doing something wrong. Let's do something. Let's correct it. You're going to sit back there and look over your shoulders and be like, oh, you know, for it's very common thing in Africa here, where I am in Ghana, that somebody will come to you and tell you that somebody who actually abused you, who tried to look down on you, and then you stand up for yourself, somebody will come and tell you that person is of a higher class. So go and plead to them. Else, next time you are going to be having a difficult time. You're going to have a hard time. So basically, they'll be actually pushing you forward to go and plead for something you haven't even done. You haven't done anything, but somebody will want you to plead. Can you understand? Do you understand that? It's seriously crazy. I just find it a little bit annoying in today's society that look at the wars in the world now. Ukraine versus Russia, Israel versus Palestine. It's not about rights. Let's stop war. Anything. It's about if the person you like is the one causing inflicting the pains, then you keep quiet. But if it's the other way around, then you stand up. Where are we heading to? I want to say a big shout out to Mr. Andrew once again for being here, and every rude boy also for being here with us. And let me get this question for every rude boy. What do you think about what's going on with Israel? Yeah, it's crazy. Look at them. Look at what is happening. Those people, right? Go there, take DNA samples, go and do. Anthropologists know what we can talk about when it comes to these histories. All of those peoples, they are somehow related to each other. Whether you like be it, whether they like it or not, they are all related to each other. Even those that are from Europe who have stayed, were exiled in Europe for many years, they are all. So at the end of the day, should we be allowing others to be destroying? Should we be creating more distraction, all in the name of protection or defending ourselves? But because it's somebody everybody likes, oh, they are the Bible, they are the chosen people, and da, 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 da. Oh, so you and I are not chosen people? Oh, they say we are descendants of Ham, and so we are not chosen people. We are supposed to be slaves. Oh, That's the world in which we are in. The decay of moral values is becoming it's becoming unbecoming. Everywhere you tend to you see it. Cut to a shot of a courtroom, the defendant is clearly guilty, but their lawyer is doing everything they can to get them off the hook. The lawyer, you know, voice over says, we see this all the time in the legal system. Lawyers will defend their clients even when they know they are guilty. It's not what it's not what uh, it's not about what's right or wrong. It's about winning. It's about being on the winning side. Who is powerful? Unfortunately, yeah, everybody it wanted to be on the winning side. You know, they can be popular star doing the wrong thing. They can be people, big nations that everybody care about. So long as they are the highly regarded, everything they do is right. Everybody else is wrong. You get people who beg you to go and plead for something you haven't even done. Somebody can say you wronged me for talking back at me. I said, no, I'm standing for myself. And I said, no, you're not supposed to stand up for yourself. You are supposed to lower your standard for me. And they said, no, that's not how it works. And they said, hey, and people will clamp down I'm talking about African situation, right? Human rights in Africa is is nothing to write home about. People will come and plead with you, the one suffering, that you should beg, go and beg somebody who is offending you, so that the person, and then you give them more power to be abusing people. How? You know, to what extent are we going to cause this chaos in our society if it's all going to be like this? But when I was young, let me repeat this again. When I was young, I thought the world is all about doing good and doing good and doing and being bad. Bad people get punished and good people have reward. But no, now we know that a lot of people, there is no, let me tell you, in today's world, there is no incentive for doing the right thing. Absolutely no incentive for doing the right thing. So you can go on, insult people, steal from people, abuse people, so long as you have the higher, you are among the so-called high social class, then you get a pass. Nobody cares. That's just the basis. Where are we heading to? When our future look this, you know, so how do I call it, musky or dry, or you just can't imagine. Anyways, I want to say a big welcome to American Black Holocaust survivors. He said, this from him, everyone has to hold their own. Of course. So, I'm, let's cut it short of a protest. Yeah, let's cut it short of a protest. People are holding up signs and chanting. The voiceover says we need to start holding ourselves and others accountable for our actions. We need to stop defending those we like just because we like them and start defending what is right. It's time to, stand up. The moral decay, or the decay of moral values in today's society is so much complex. But at the end of the day, we can all trace the root of it. We can all trace it to the fact that we do not want to do the right thing. Over centuries, All of us who study Western so-called philosophy, and we are also in touch with our traditional African philosophies, we do know that philosophers over the century have been discussing about um, moral values. They need to uphold strong moral values to keep our society on a good trajectory. But at the end of the day, are we doing all of that? Are we doing any of that? You know, one recent study actually explored the changing cultural salience of morality across the 20th century in the Anglophone world, as reflected, in changing in the changing use of moral language. The study even found that words conveying general morality, good, bad, moral, evil, and those representing purity-based morality what do you call it? Implicating sanctity and contagion. You know, you can definitely draw a line that declines steeply. You can really just draw a line that there is this steep decline in the frequency from the 1900s to around, I think, 1980s, according to my research, right? you know when they rebounded sharply, you could even see that the groups who were part of these human rights formation and what have you, it got to a point that they are just like, oh, take it how you want it to be. Just handle it the way you want it to be. Nobody cares anymore. Authority based morality, which emphasizes respect for hierarchy and tradition, rose to a peak around the social convulsion in today's society. Because at the end of the day, you and I have something to do. How are we going to navigate this world knowing that this is what we'll be facing each day and each and every day of our life? You know, the decline of moral values in society can be seen in various aspects of life. For instance, people tend to defend those they like, even if they are in wrong situation or they are totally wrong. This lacks so much unaccountability and a disregard for what's right. Another example is the rise of uh, the moral relativism, which is, I think, which suggests that there are no objective moral truths. This can lead to a lack of shared values and a breakdown of social cohesion. We say it each and every day. You and I don't need to come here and speak English and say da 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 da. Da. Let me tell you. But at the end of the day, we know that there is so much steep or huge breakdown of social cohesion. And over the years, philosophers have debated the you know the nature of morality and its role in society. And one example all of us can come to terms with is the moral nihilation of principles that tends to outlaw uh, the truth. Another example is the virtue ethic, which emphasizes the importance, right? The importance us to be good people so that to have the peace that we actually need. So we were all we all value honesty and compassion and all of these traits, but at the end of the day, our society still wanted to be on the other side. We still look down, up and down, and make the same old mistakes. Where are we heading to? Yeah, where are we heading to? It's a sad reality. And this is actually a topic that I think needed further discussion. It can't be only me talking. Unfortunately, it came to a point where I'm like, hey, David, you need to start talking about these things because people we need to keep each other in check. We need to be aware of what is going on. Even if you are aware, don't just be aware and look away. We have a big problem that people are defending who they like, and the truth is out there. They will stand against the right people. Accountability is gone, responsibility gone, and it's all about relativism. Anyways, this is how brief I want to keep my content today. I just wanted to keep it 30 minutes. But I would like to know if any one of you want to have something to add up to what I just said that we live in a very messy world. If this is how we are going to continue, my my morals are telling me and my group to look who hasn't been there for me and us as a group. We couldn't find anyone except your people and white. Everyone else can kiss our grit from now on. Face red, droopy eyes. Hmm, it's sad. Yeah. You know, it's about power at the end of the day. And that power is not based on any absolute rightness. It's all about how do we become, how do we gain more selfish, more selfishly, sorry. How do we gain more selfish? How do we take advantage of others? Even if they are not telling you this is what they are doing, at the end of the day, their actions are saying it. Their actions are saying it. That the way we are approaching life generally is sad. And the fact is that you have a lot of people who will never ever stand up for what's right. So long as they look to left and right and they see the people around and think, hey, that person is from a higher class. Oh, let's join them, else we will lose. So there is no fighting for what is right. It's sad. How? What is the world we are leaving behind? If even if you and I are not going to die today, what is the world we are leaving behind? Are we going to continue down this road? Yeah, that people now do not they don't. You know, it's it came to a point when even when I was after my YouTube, right, and I got to understand that In fact, even in today's world, even with the millennials and the Gen Zs, we have turned to something else. We, I don't know what made us, but when we come online, we actually love watching games, violent games, of course. And if you are not on that angle, then we are joining toxic discussions that are actually creating division. Those are things that we are actually interested in. So deep inside of us, it's like we have become more drawn to being at a place where it's often like that. That is not about rights or what is good for you. It's about being at the place where people want to be. And if a lot of people want to be at the wrong spot, you also want to be there. So where are we going with this? Are we still gonna continue and leave the world like that in a mess, complete mess? Over here in Africa, you could see clearly people will steal so much money, put it under their bed, in their toilet and whatever, and when they are caught, they are still walking around freely. And the majority of people here are suffering. We are suffering. You see, there is so much, and there are people who will still be in court defending the evil person who has embezzled a lot of funds. It's sad. It's a sad reality. I'm gonna leave a link if anyone wanted to join. You know, we are now in a world where, yeah, if you want to join, you can join me right now before I finally close the show. You know, it's confusing at the same time. It's mind-boggling at this. It doesn't match up that we live in a world where people be like, hey, you ain't gonna get paid if you continue doing what is right. Now people get paid well and they live well doing the wrong things. There was a woman on I watched last time live on Go Live on one of the social media platforms. Sorry, this woman was saying things that you wouldn't want your children to listen to. This woman was basically cursing, was being nasty at the same time, but a lot of people were watching that, and nobody would dare say, "Hey, what you're doing is wrong. Why do you have to do that online?" Actually, they were even gifting that person. They were gifting that person. They were gifting that person stuff, gifts. The gifts were just flowing on the screen, and you'd be like, "Damn!" So this is what actually get people money now. You seen it, and it has become a popular trend even on some of the media houses where you see once in the blue moon you see this show. Good girl, no, they pay. Good girl. They basically telling girl ladies that if you acting a good girl, you are not being a harlot. You are, you know, you live a virtuous life, you are not going to get ahead. So they are trying to convince the better ones to even join in. And they are proving to them that they've got a car by being nasty. They got a home by being nasty and being bad. Okay? That's it. But they are having all of that. So at the end of the day, it's showing you the card, the game. They are showing everything to you that, hey, you ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna be successful in this world by following all those your principle of holiness or whatever or being right now. If this continues, where are we gonna end up? Are we gonna be in a situation where are we gonna be in a situation where, even human beings can easily be killed and used as a barbecue sauce, used as a barbecue, or are we gonna be eating raw and nobody will complain because the people who are eating are so powerful? Um, the Bible says, "Who God has cursed, no man can bless. Who God has blessed, no one can curse." So what does that mean? Can you explain? I don't understand. Please. Some people are Christian. Some of us, some other people who are not Christian. Yeah. So I know there is something you are driving at. So I would like to understand that. What does that mean? Does it mean there are people who are blessed by someone who is not God, or some entity who is not God, by doing the evil things, and God is also blessing their, I just want to understand. Sorry. So at the end of the day, we are living in a tough world, and the truth is, knowing that people in the world are in jail right now, people are suffering war. Yeah, people are suffering war. And those people who are suffering it, they don't know anything about it. They don't even know how a gun is made, but they are being affected by a gun. They don't know how missiles are made, but they are being affected by missiles. Their peace, their home, their loved ones are taken out. This is not easy. Sometimes we look at things on the media, we are like, oh, it's happening to them, it's them. But look, it's a rolling stone. We are now seeing everything is just happening so fast. It's like a snowball. There's this snowball effect. The more it's rolling, the more it's become bigger. Are we gonna continue keeping quiet and seeing evil people being evil and toxifying the society, making everybody to think that it is actually better for them doing the wrong things, and then we gonna face the it's gonna come to at our doorstep. Then we're gonna know that, oh, so this is how it feels. This is how it feels to lose your loved ones. It is how it feels to be disrespected, to be abused, to be treated like you are not a human. It's not right to sit back and watch it happen to other people, and they are also human. There are a lot of children going through those, I mean, at those war zones. They don't know anything about how the war came about. They don't know about, I mean, they don't even know how guns are made. They don't know anything. But they are going to be impacted so much. They are the ones that are going to suffer from all of these consequences that are, of the war. And we are going to see somehow, sometimes you see people sitting on the internet, and all they will say is that, oh, God said this person is choosy, or that person has done it wrong. And so what? Does it mean that it's right for them to take out people's life? Does it mean, is it why? We are not actually trying to solve problems. We are actually creating more problems. But at the end of the day, I don't want to focus this topic particularly on wars, but it's something happening in our life. We've seen it. We are seeing it. Some of you work. You are workers. Each and every day you wake up from bed, you are going to hustle. And when you go to work, your manager, your supervisors, your whatever can offend you. But at the end of the day, you have to keep it low or keep quiet just to maintain the peace and whatever. But at the end of the day, you are suffering. They are making you suffer. They are taking your right. They are infringing on your human rights. But you cannot speak up because you know when you speak up, you'll be hammered down. You don't want to be hammered down. So basically, you have to keep your head down for them to keep on being abusive, being manipulative, being a user. They will even go extra miles and tell you to bring down your standards, and you're gonna take it in. And there are people around you, worse, worse people around you who you think love you, and they will come to you and tell you, hey, that person is a manager. And so, even though he is the one who offended you, they will tell you to go and plead for forgiveness from the person who is actually causing you the harm. That's the world we live in now. So we don't, it's like people don't defend what is right anymore. It's always about the people they like, or the people who are high class in society, that they think that they are, because they are powerful, whatever they do is right. Even if they know there is wrong, they just want to be around them because they believe it's someday or somehow they are gonna be like them, or they'll be granted the privileges that they also have. They want to be them so bad. They want to be in their circles. They want to be in their social circles. So basically, they don't care what other people are suffering. It's sad to think that in today's world, you and I are not making any effort to to actually lay a good foundation for a reasonable moral judgment. Unfortunately, a right needs to be right. We have to create an incentive for people doing the right thing. Okay, if I help people, there should be an incentive, and those incentives that were actually given off to people who are doing the wrong thing need to be taken back from them. We don't have to necessarily be punishing people, making them suffer. No, but actually rewarding the good in society, and each and every good, we need to put the light on that. We need to make it show that this is the good things happening. This is the person doing it. So that at the end of the day, we will build a better society. Because who want to be in a society when you know very soon the same person they're treating down there, they are abusing, can also be you. It can be your brother, it can be your cousin, it can be your nephew, it can be anybody close to you, it can be yourself as well. Guys, do you want to add to this topic? Anyone want to join? So to summarize this, you and I have a big work to do in this world. If they are not seeing it, we have to make them see it. That they are not the only people living in the world. People of higher social standing are not the only people who deserve rights, who deserve to be treated well, who need love, who need care, who need support. Shout out to Janzola. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good, really good. And I'm in the spirit, to share this content. I know most of you might have, what is happening in today's world. That it's not about doing the right thing anymore. It's about, having been in the best social class, having the money. Then the money is gonna speak for you. It's not about defending the right people, defending rights. No, it doesn't exist in today's world anymore. It's only about defending people you like. And when I say people you like, those are people you deemed as valuable because they have resources surrounding them. Yeah, that's it. Anyways, I just want to keep today's show short, but I thank you all for showing up here. I do, I actually wanted to extend it to a little bit like for about 1 hour, but at the end of the day, uh, it seems I've said my part. What about your part? What are you seeing? What do you think should be done? This is what is happening in today's world. It's becoming unbecoming. It's becoming so worse. You think today is better, tomorrow is worse. People are getting paid for doing the right, for doing the wrong thing, and they are rewarded more. And people who are actually doing the right thing are actually being punished, made to suffer. That is the world we are in. We need to wake up and set things in the right direction. If not, the next generation will be worse off anyway. So thank you all once again for being here. I really appreciate you all of you for coming here. Shout out to Mr. Andrew. Shout out to every Woodward was here. Guys, share this content. I want you to share this content. Let them understand this. Maybe next time I might get some few people on board so that they can also join us, on this topic. But today, this is just a small part I wanted to share. And I thank God for us being here. Yeah, it's been a while since I've even seen some people like Janzola and Rude Boy and yeah on the show. But guys, like the content, let's give it a traction. I mean, let's put it out there so that people will know. I mean, not even know. They already know what is. Everybody know what's happening. But let's wake people up. We need to wake each other up. That hey, there is a work we need to do. Else, we can't live in any society anymore. If this continues, this is what we need to do. Anyways, guys, if you want to support the show, this is the Cashapp dollar tag AfriscopeGH. Don't worry about the name behind it. It will definitely come to me. So basically, support Afriscope TV and if you want African beads, you can go to humblebeads.co to get yourself a beautiful African beads. And also, what else do I want to say? Want to say. Okay, at the end of the day, I've said what I've said. What about you? Are you also making plans? But without much ado, I wanted to end the show here and blessings to all of you. Thank you for being here and keep supporting Afriscope TV, liking, sharing, subscribing, supporting with donations. That will keep us going. Thank you all for being here once again. Bye bye.